Yes, folks, as you can see, the weather's played tricks on us this time. It's windy, it's rainy, it's a little bit rubbish, but we are still out on the pitches bringing you another drill. This time looking at acceleration, and specifically looking at acceleration from awkward positions. You know, different stances, different starts, all that sort of thing that's going to be really, really relevant to you on the pitch. So without much further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so for this drill, you don't need any equipment. You can use cones if you've got them, but literally me and some space. If you can get yourself to a football pitch, even better. If you can use some pitch markings and things like that, it's great. Like I'm stood on here with the white lines. But I'll put these cones out there, you'll see why in a second. But when we're talking about acceleration, if you watch one of my previous videos, we're talking about projection. We're talking about getting nice and low when I initiate the sprint, initiate the acceleration, to give me lots of force into the floor. It's gonna push me forward, okay? Now again, if I'm nice and low, when I push off, all my force is pretty much pushing me forward because all the force is going behind me. All right, that's what's really important. If I'm really upright and I try and initiate a sprint from here, all my force is pretty much just going straight down. So I can't get as far forward, and that's definitely not as fast either, okay? So when it comes to all of these drills, what we're looking at is basically getting our body into a position where we can get a nice low body angle so we can drive away. Okay, that's the whole point of these drills. Now, like I say, we're gonna do it from awkward positions, some awkward angles and things like that. So let's get into that. So all it's gonna be is I'm gonna be stood this position, quite side on. I'm basically gonna try and jink as I'm trying to lose a defender, plant my leg and drive the opposite way. Okay, now the key to this one, I've got to try and create a really low body angle for myself, okay? So how it'll look in real time, this is how it should look. I'm side on, I'm nice and ready to go. I hit the line, I drive away. Watch how I have to try and create a really low body angle for myself. So I'm here, I'm ready, get low and slide on. But you can almost see how I have to try and create that low body angle by almost splitting my feet apart. Now, as I'm in this position here, my outside quad, my front leg here, I can already feel a load of tension in this, okay? It's quite a lot of tension, it's ready to go. And then what's gonna happen is my head is gonna go the direction I wanna go, and this back knee is gonna come across the front as quick as I can and just point me in the direction I wanna go, okay? So that's something that's really important to try. Like I say, you've got to try and create that low body angle for me to go forward. So what I would do is I would do, say, 3 or 4, maybe 5 or 6, depending on how brave you feel, on one side, and then go across to the other. So I might go from here, bang and go, and then I might walk across to the other side, same thing, bang and go. Yeah, really quick, split your feet, try and get that low body angle and project yourself forward. That's the first one. Let's have a look at another one though. But this time what we're looking at is going to look a bit more of a rolling start, quite relevant. Certainly if you're a winger or you're a striker, you know, you might be watching play, you might be already on the move, and then the last second you're just going to dart in behind a player, might be going across the front of them, something like that. So how would that movement look? So that's why I've got the gate set up. All I'm going to do is I'm going to walk towards it, and the last second I'm going to try and create that low body angle for myself, push myself through the gate. It should look something like this. So walking in, split my feet and drive through. So again, you can see I'm having to split those feet, trying to create that low body angle, drop my shoulder and drive through. So I'm going to walk across, last second, split those feet, drive away. So again, try 3 or 4, 5 or 6 if you're feeling brave on one side. So if you're using the gate, for example, I'll try a few this way and go. And then I'd walk across the other side and I'll do the exact same thing. Walking, 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 last minute, off I go. That's the second one. Let's have a look at a bit more of a complicated one. Now what happens when we're jumping and landing and then having to sprint? And it does happen a lot of the time. You might go up for a header, you might try and block a shot, you then got to land and try and get to the second one. All this sort of stuff, it happens very often. Like I say, very rare in football, we get a nice still standing start to go and initiate our sprint. So we want to practice these positions. The one I'm going to work on, I'm actually going to basically jump over. Imagine these are hurdles or a little line or something. I'm going to jump over this and try and initiate a sprint. I'm going to go sideways to start off with, but I can also go forwards. Again, you can make it creative. What I tend to do is I go sideways, then forwards, and then the other side. Okay, so for example, I might go in here, I'm going to hop over this little line, land it as quick as I can, and just accelerate that way. The reason I want to do it front on, because I want to show you guys how I have to try and split my legs, create that low body angle, and drive away. So here, ready, hop, land, and go. Okay, and again, you can make this really relevant. If you have got a partner involved, you could even get a little header in there. You could get somebody to feed you a ball, get up for a header, land, and go. Now, when I land, Yeah, I'm already, because I know what's coming, I'm already kind of getting into that position. Knees look, they're ready to go, aren't they? Yeah, and the next movement, all it's going to be, head's going to turn, shoulders going to lead, knees going to come across, and then off I go. Okay, so I might go one way that way, I might then go forward, so I might hop and go forward. Now, obviously, if I'm going forward, I don't want to land with my feet together. Yeah, so what it would look like, if I come a little bit further back so I'm not running into you guys, I'm going to land and I'm going to try and split my feet as I land. Okay, so I'm up with my header, land, split and drive. But if I do that side on, what you will see is I'm actually at a really low angle when I land. Watch me how I split my feet and get a low body angle to drive. So I'm here with my header, split and a go. Like I said, we can get some headers involved, get the hurdles there if you're by yourself. You can do a couple variations of it, okay? So I like to include the different directions because it's quite realistic. Okay, so last one I'm going to show you, we've looked at kind of that jink and going that way. We've looked at kind of a 90-degree turn and go while you're already on the move. And then we've looked at a bit of like a hop and split and go that way. But what happens when we want to go laterally and come back the way we've just come? So this one's going to, how it's going to look, starting, it comes with there for a bit of a reference, a bit of a visual aid. Starting from here, across, land and drive. Okay, so quite high load. Like I say, naturally, all my body weight is getting shifted over onto this side to land. So I'm going to get low because this body has to kind of control my body weight. And then it's got to be really strong as well to produce enough force to push me that way. Okay, but what's really crucial in this one is actually the kind of the first step that this leg takes. So I'm going to do it one more time. Just have a watch, because what it's going to allow me to do is going to allow me to whip this leg across the front really quick. So how it looks is this: start here, over, land, drive and go. Now, if I take that step with this leg, so this is my left leg, if I take that step too far in front, I'm already kind of falling forward. Yeah, and although we want a low body angle, we don't want to fall over. So what we need to try and make sure is that as I go there, the next step is almost below me, so it's pushing me forward. So this next step from this leg, my right leg, is whipping across the front and getting in the direction I want to go. Okay, so again, 3, 4, 5, 6 reps either side. So we go that way, drive away, and then we might go this way and drive away. Okay, but really important you build up to that one. Don't try and start with that one, like I say, quite high load. Genuinely give yourself a nice bit of rest in between as well, because you want to be nice and fresh. And when it comes to the acceleration, again, 5 meters, 10 meters, plenty enough. You don't need to be going 20 and 30. You're going to get knackered. You're going to start going into kind of high speed territory. We're looking at acceleration right now, okay? But always think about getting nice and low in that acceleration and you'll be fine, all right? But give it a go. Thank you ever so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.